Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. Woohoo! You guys are in for a treat today. I have in the studio with me Camille Richardson. How are you, Camille?
I am wonderful. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, equally, I'm so glad to have you here. And I just cannot wait for everyone to get to know you. So, what we're going to do, everyone, is ask you to quickly grab your virtual seats. Let everybody know that the Kim Jacobs Show is on the air. Share it with your friends, your family, your coworkers, and tell people they don't want to miss this episode. I'm telling you, you are getting ready to hear one of the most heartwarming stories you've ever heard on any show. I can pretty much put that claim out there that this is going to be a magnificent episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. So let's go ahead and get ready to start. Share it with your friends. When you come in, the only way that I can acknowledge you is if you type your name, maybe type a comment. Let me know where you're visiting in from and how you heard about the Kim Jacobs Show, or whatever the reason that brought you into the studio audience today. I want to be able to recognize you. So make sure you let us know where you're visiting in from so we can acknowledge you today here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Camille, we're going to get started right after we introduce our segment. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real, relevant, and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Yes, it is the Kim Jacobs Show. And today we have Camille Richardson right here in the studio with us. And we are talking to her about having vision and what your vision is. So we're going to be learning a lot of great tips that we can apply to our lives today. Let me introduce you to Camille Richardson. She's a dual founder and CEO of both IC Technology and with a company that teaches blind and low vision clients to utilize their smart devices. And she's also the CEO of Blind Girl Vision. She's a motivational speaker, and she also does all types of other empowerment seminars through various platforms. Welcome, Camille Richardson.
Hello, Kim. It's so wonderful to be here again. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. And I'm excited because, I know we're going to go in a lot of different directions throughout our conversation, but I would first like to just get a chance for people to know you, maybe talk to us about your childhood. On this show, Camille, a lot of people that are watching want to know how they can balance, how they can manage, how they can overcome some things that they've experienced in life. And so a lot of people share their backstory. So talk to us about where you came from.
Well, I was born and raised in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Shout out to Fayetteville. Hey. And I was born totally blind. Basically, my retinas didn't form right and totally blind from birth. And I was born into an extremely supportive family. So I had a really awesome childhood. My parents never sheltered me. They never told me what I can't do. They always encouraged me to try new things, to go out there and just be as independent as possible. So I always was born with a can-do attitude. I was always given that. So, I was in all kinds of extracurricular activities growing up. I sang in choruses and did all kinds of fun stuff. So like I said, for me, there was nothing I couldn't do. If I said I wanted to fly a plane, they'd be like, "Oh, you want to fly a plane?" I'd be like, "Hey, wait, no. I was just joking. Y'all do realize I'm blind, right? I can't fly no plane." But they would make sure that was, if I wanted to do it, I was going to get that experience. So I can truly appreciate, being born into the family I was born into. I couldn't have been blessed with a better family.
Wow, that's a true one. That's really a true blessing whenever you have family that believe in you right from the beginning, no matter what type of societal limitations that are being placed on you. They're saying, you can go and you can achieve greatness and do anything that you desire to do, and whatever you want to become. And I know that you can sing, because I usually play like whoever my guests are, I play one of their favorite songs. And I was like, let me cut the song down so I can hear Camille. She is blowing up in here. What made you not pursue singing?
Well, that is a very good question. So I was always very shy with my gift. And I was always one of those people who loved to sing in the background. Like when I was singing in choirs, I wanted to be in the choir and not in the front. And so I was hiding from that gift for a very, very, very long time.
Wow.
It was only until recently that I realized that I was given that gift for a reason. So, I was like, I better appreciate this gift, take it out and dust it off, because if I don't, it sure can be taken.
Well, now,
So,
not that that's what the show is about today or anything, right? But if God put it in your heart and everything, and you want to belt out a tune, feel free to exercise your gifts right here on the Kim Jacobs.
You never know what may put on my spirit.
You never know. You never know. There is a time when we all have to step out of our comfort zones and say, okay, you know what? Like you said, dust it off the shelf, start using it. No better time than to use it right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So you can ponder over that throughout this whole hour. Okay.
Okay.
So Camille, you say you were born blind.
Yes.
How did that impact your life growing up, as far as interacting with other children and other people that weren't blind? How did that impact you, and how did you adjust?
For a long time, especially when I was a child, I didn't even think about it because, I have a sister and a brother, and they never treated me any differently. I was outside playing with them and other children. I was running around. I was in the dirt, which is very surprising now because my friends are like, you got dirty, because I'm so prissy now. But no, I was able to get all the experiences with other children, and kids are very, very resilient, right? So whenever you're playing with them, they're just like, oh, there's something different she can't see, but whatever, she's still out here playing.
Right.
So I really did not think about it until probably in upper elementary school, probably 5th or 6th grade or something. I started thinking about how I was a little different from everybody else. And, for a little while, it did bother me. And I started to withdraw just a little bit because I just started feeling different. Nobody treated me different. I just started feeling different. I was very blessed that I didn't have to deal with bullying or any of that. But it was kind of me starting to notice my difference. And, it took a little while for me to realize that there's absolutely nothing wrong. It's just what ideas I had in my head. So for the most part, I was able to develop friendships pretty naturally.
That's good. Very good. And so everybody embraced you. You had your own self-doubt and reservations at a certain phase of your life, and that made you start to retreat some. But
Yes.
then you came into the knowledge of the truth, and you started to walk therein, which was that you're great, you're a superstar. God created you the way you are for a reason, and it's still to continue to salt the earth and to make a difference in the lives of maybe other people, right?
Exactly. Because whether I want to be or not, I'm an ambassador for the blind. And sometimes I have my days, but for the most part, that's why I'm here, to educate people about blindness. A lot of times I'm the first person that someone's met who is blind, and I don't want them to take away, any negative impressions. So, I'm always representing and putting my best face forward.
Wow. I love that. I love that. And the thing is, now, when you say you don't want anybody to take away like some of the negative things that are associated with what people may think about a person being blind, I would love for us to just talk for a few minutes too about what some of the stereotypes are and some of the myths and things that exist. And maybe you can rebut those and share, so we all walk away with some better understanding.
Well, a lot of times people, get their ideas about blindness from what they see on TV. So I'm
Right.
often asked, do you feel people's faces? And, are you just sitting in darkness and all of that? So, I have to negate those stereotypes. But no, I do not feel people's faces at all. And I wouldn't be able to know who anybody is by their face, but by their face shape anyway. But we also don't live in a world of darkness. There are so many varying degrees of blindness. I actually can see light, but that's pretty much it. Like, so my world is not black. And there's so many varying degrees of visual impairment, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But also, people don't also realize that we're out here living a whole life. We're entrepreneurs. We are very active in our community. We use our voices, so we're not a monolith. So there's so many dimensions to us, and we do so many things that, that make us who we are. We move mountains daily. I always tell people, when you meet me, I'm going to introduce you to other fabulous people who are, who do so many different, who are just, living their best life.
Wow. I love it. So listen, if you all have not met Camille Richardson, she's already told you, if you encounter her, if you meet her, you're meeting her here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Put a 1 in the comments if you already can feel that dynamic, fabulous vibe that's coming from Camille Richardson. Just pop a 1 in the comments. We're going to come back right after this commercial break, and we're going to be talking a lot more with Camille Richardson, who is fabulous, dynamic, kicking stereotypes in the head, living her best life. She can sing. She can probably dance and do all kind of stuff. I don't know what you could do over there.
About dancing, but
But I know one thing, the energy and the vibe that she puts off into the atmosphere is one that is second to none. So let's take a look at our episode sponsor, which is the Snow Legal Group, which is going to be a lot more that you can learn about them right now.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
Okay, everyone, we're back with Camille Richardson. And again, this is already an exciting episode just to learn some of the stereotypes and things associated with why people treat people that are different than themselves the way they do. And it's only because people lack knowledge and they're like, okay, this is a different situation. I'm not going to embrace it. Let's go to the studio audience, Camille. And what I'll do is I'll just share some of the comments that people are typing in, and any of them that you want to respond to, feel free. Okay. And if you all have specific questions for Camille, go ahead and start typing them in. Let's see. June Griffith says that she's good morning from Brooklyn. I learned about the Kim Jacobs Show from my friend, Allison Ski. Thank you, Allison. And thank you, June, for being here so faithfully. Yes, June Griffith she's putting like prayer hands, hearts, clap, celebrations. She's celebrating. Yes. Let's see. Is this Music by Phil says, hello, my name is Phil Walters from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hey, Phil. I know exactly. He's one of my dear friends, he and his wife. So I'm so glad they're listening.
Get that. Whoa. Could you try again?
Whoa, she tripping. Sorry, my Siri's over here tripping hard.
So Phil, so glad to have you and your family watching today as well. Let's see. Atia says, and this is Christian. Remember I told you there's a young man that's going to be watching today?
Yes.
Shout out to you, Christian Carter. Thank you so much for watching the Kim Jacobs Show. And you can tune in every day, you and Tia. So thank you all. Let's see. He said, this is Christian. This is Christian Carter from Lake Wiley, South Carolina, he said.
Hi, Christian. Shouts out to you.
Okay, so people are tagging people. So thank you so much, Stephanie. Please be in the studio audience all the time and invite your friends in. So, hey, I hope Jerry is on. Let's see who else is on. That's my sister in Christ is what Music by Phil says. Yes, that woman can sing. You tell us when you just want to go ahead and belt it out.
I gotta think of what to say.
You know whatever the Lord put down in your sanctified spirit. Christian, I can see the light and I can see light and dark, he says. Now, Christian is also a blind young man. He said that he can see light and he can see dark.
Same here. I can see light and dark as well.
Excellent. I'm so glad that you're on today, Christian. Glad that, and hopefully you two can connect as well.
Yes.
Andrea said, I love this. We move mountains daily. Wow.
Yes, we do. We are so fabulous. I'm telling you.
And everybody said one. It's lots of ones. Andrea put a one. Atia and Christian put a one. Wyoming put a one. Who else put a one? Pamela Kennedy's put a one. They all
Hey,
said,
Sam.
you're fabulous. Fabulous. Okay. And they said, oh, Stephanie says she's my bestie and my personal stylist.
Hey, Stephanie, that is my bestie. That is my sister. I love her. Oh my goodness.
Stephanie, so glad to have you on. Let's see. Glad to be here. Music by Phil says, ask her about her recent experience in my studio.
Oh, yes.
Come on, tell us about it. That's right. Spill the tea on the Kim Jacobs Show. Come on.
Okay. So Phil has a studio. He is a music producer and an awesome songwriter. So he wrote a beautiful song that I am actually singing background for. So I did a little bit of work. It was my first time actually singing in a studio. Yes. So, I mean, it was wonderful. It was a couple of weeks ago and we had so much fun just working together and just bouncing ideas off of each other. And then his engineer is his wife, Tawanda, who is also one of my closest friends as well. So all three of us were just up in the studio having a good old time.
Okay, so what were y'all singing in the studio?
Yes, we were singing in the studio and I was just adding back up to the tracks that he had already laid.
Oh, no, that's not what my question was, Camille.
Oh.
I said, what were you singing in the studio?
Oh, it was an original song, so I don't think I can sing it quite yet. So.
Okay, yeah, hold on. See, now you're using great wisdom, and Phil didn't give you the authority to start singing anything yet, so you can't start belting that out.
No.
You can sing something that's already out there because you were singing. What were you? I don't know. Whatever you were singing, the one that you said was your favorite song.
Oh, Kurt Cornell.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I will sing something. I don't, I gotta first say I do not own the rights to the song, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you would like for me to sing a song, I certainly will.
Okay. Well, whenever you're comfortable. I don't want to put you on the spot since I already did that.
No problem. When we have like the last few minutes, I'll sing a song. I'll come up. I mean, I have something in my head already.
Well, just so you know, I'm over here doing the cabbage patch, which is a dance where you put your hands out and go all the way around. And I'm like, yes.
Take it back to the
80s. Shout out to the 80s. Okay. Hey, sis, I love you. Do your thing, Pamela Kennedy said.
Yes. Hey, Pam. I am certainly doing my thing. Yes. She's
Carlos Gladden said, amazing story. June Griffith says she loves your hearty laugh. And my mom is on. She said, awesome story. Awesome story.
Aww.
Okay. So tell us, Camille, it's one thing to be something like just because you may like in life, people go through circumstances, situations doesn't mean that they're going to become the expert in dealing with teaching and helping in that situation. It's just that they had that experience. With you being a blind young lady and actually being blind from birth, what made you decide that was that turning point in your life that I'm going to help the blind? I'm going to now be a leader amongst leaders.
Well, I'm really glad you asked me that question. So I realized that, the circumstances and situations I was going through, I wanted to help coach people and guide them and so that they won't feel like they are alone, So the company Blind Girl Vision was started through that. I wanted to be able to empower people and motivate them that no matter what, you can still live your vision and operate in your gift. Because like I said, I put my gift to the side for a very, very, very long time. And my gift is my voice. I used to be on radio a long time ago. And, I did that for a little while, but because I didn't know how to advocate for myself and, I just started feeling like I lost my way, I stopped doing that and I stepped away from it, it was my passion. And I started doing something else, which, I became a massage therapist. It did not bring me joy. I was good
Right.
at it, but it did not bring me joy. So I wanted to do something that fed my soul. So that's why I came up with Blind Girl Vision, because helping people, empowering people, inspiring people is what feeds my soul. And then the way I see technology was born was because people saw me using my phone, my iPhone, and they were like, Camille, how are you doing that? So then I started teaching my friends, and then they started referring me to people. And I said, I'm going to turn this into a business. And then my focus was on working with people who recently lost their sight. Because when someone loses their sight suddenly or gradually, or however you lose it, you're already trying to figure out how to navigate in this world and trying to live a brand new life. And we all know how connected we are to our phones. So I wanted to be able to help them reconnect with their world through their technology and also become independent, because a big part of being, learning how to live a new life is becoming independent. And that also feeds my soul, like with our phones now, we are able to get groceries. We can get on social media and speak with our friends and interact with them. We can get a ride through the ride shares. So it's very, very important to reconnect with that world. And I want to be able to, by doing that, I'm helping them to transform their life. It's all transformation.
I love this. That's just incredible. I've put Camille's contact information up for everyone that's watching, and for those that are listening through the iHeartRadio and SoundCloud and all of the downloadable ways. Then make sure it's Camille Richardson IC, which is SEEIC Technology 06@gmail.com. If you want to email her, you can email her at ictechnology06@gmail.com. Or you can email her at blindgirlvision@gmail.com. Her phone number is 910-273-7244. And so you'll respond to everyone that kind of reaches out to you?
I certainly will, whether it be motivational speaking or someone who needs some assistance with their phones. Like I said, I'm here to give people life back, whether that be working with them and teaching them how to use their phones. Again, that's so important, because how many of us don't have our phones in our hands everywhere we go?
Everywhere. We need our phones. We all use our phones. And so imagine, how would you guys feel if you did not know how to use your phone or could not use your phone? And I don't know what kind of demonstration we could ever do to really put ourselves in that mindset. But just if you know that being without your phone would just drive you bananas, put a 2 in the comments. We know that we would not be able to thrive without our phones, like talking about it, unless we're on some kind of designated retreat and we've decided intentionally not to be without it,
Yes. And also, when someone first loses their sight, they got to have somebody all up in their business. Like, can you send a text to such and such? Can you go on Instagram and check my DMs? Like, you don't want nobody all up in your business like that. And your phone is ringing. You can't even answer the thing. So, you know what I'm saying? That can be very frustrating. So again, I come in and I work on changing their mindsets. Because when you're learning a brand new concept, you got to change your mind and you got to get used to being able to do this. So like I said, for me, I want to help them to not only just learn how to use your phone, but also change your mindset.
Wow. And do people come to you?
Yes.
Okay.
They come to me, and either their family members reach out to me, or they'll ask me. I'm also connected with different organizations for the blind, so
Good.
I go in and do workshops. And I'm teaching now. We're Zooming all over the place.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was going to ask. Is it any virtual situations?
Oh gosh, well, it definitely is now with this COVID running around. So yes, I actually do things over Zoom now. I actually had to pivot because everything at first was going, working with people face to face, but it's actually allowed me to have a bigger reach as well. So I do teach people how to use Zoom, because you've got to learn how to fully participate. Like, you can go in there and listen to a meeting, but you want to be able to raise your hand and ask a question, or you want to be able to comment in the chat. So I teach people how to do that.
Wow. You guys, if y'all are not, I'm asking you to share this broadcast with every one of your friends, your family, start a watch party, encourage people to watch this information, because if Camille is saying that this is stuff that she's able to do and has no sight, there's no excuse for any of us that can see to not be able to master some of these things. Right, Camille?
Exactly. You can do it. I've even taught sighted people. They always, Camille, how do you do this? And how do you do that? I'm
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
look at
I'm
this
like, I
button
need
right
help
here.
with. Wow, wow. Okay, now, Camille, what about people that aren't that have difficulty embracing differences? How do you encourage them or give them advice or teach them to be able to accept the differences of other people?
Well, again, it's from lack of knowledge. So I always encourage people to educate yourself. I mean, Google is definitely around, it ain't going nowhere. So you can always Google, you can go on YouTube. There's plenty of YouTubers who are blind that give you a glimpse into their lives. So educate, educate, educate. And also, here I am. I'm willing to educate. I mean, a lot of times we find that with families of people who are blind and visually impaired, when they first lose their sight, they don't know what to do. A lot of times they don't know how to accept. It's a grieving process for everyone.
Right.
So, you have to educate yourself, especially if you have a loved one who is going through it, because they are also grieving their sight loss. So, the more educated you are, the more you teach yourself and the more you reach out and ask, because, there's a lot of support groups on Facebook as
Right.
well. So the more you learn, the more you'll be able to get a better understanding of what blindness is. It's not contagious, because people are also, a lot of times with blindness, people are really afraid. Blindness is the number one thing people would rather die a lot of times than be blind. And that's just, it sounds very harsh,
Wow.
but it's the truth. It's very frightening. The concept of it is very frightening to people. But
Interesting.
but it's because you don't know. So a lot of times people
Right.
stay away from it because of fear as well. Like, if this happens to me, I don't know what I would do. But also don't know this, you never know when it could happen to you. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but
You know what? And it's so, everything that you're saying right there, Camille, is so profound, because that was actually something I was going to ask you. If nobody can necessarily predict, like you say, if you're already born with it, then it was already there. But if you come into this experience from diabetes, from an accident, from an incident, from some traumatic blow, who knows what, there's all kinds of things that I found out through my research that can thrust people into visual impairment and blindness. And even with the amount of how, when we get our eye exams and stuff, it's stuff that just thrusts you into this part of life, this way of life.
right.
So how do you recommend, or especially since you help people with this situation, how do you help people that are coming into this situation now that weren't born that way?
Well, again, I'm always offering positivity. I speak life into them. I let them know that you did not die. No matter what happened, whether you're blind from diabetes or an accident or whatever, we first have to establish the fact that you are still here. And
Yeah.
God put you here for a reason. This might not seem ideal to you, but you've got to understand that there is life after. And also, I embrace, I meet them where they are in their grieving process as well. Because again, it's like a death. It is a death. It's the death of your soul.
Yes.
So I meet you where you are in your grieving process.
Wow.
And we work together on, again, transforming your mind.
That's good.
Yes.
That's
The
good.
mind's a powerful place to be,
It really is, because if you can't come into acknowledgement of it and acceptance, and then now what are we going to do to start acting and doing something differently than what we've been doing, then I can't even imagine how we get to the next side, to the other side of the journey. So I'm excited to hear that you take people through their grieving process and you meet them where they are, and everybody's at a different place. So it's not just necessarily group sessions, but there are also some one-on-one types of things that you offer as well.
Yes. And again, I don't judge, if you're angry, you just lost your sight. So I can understand why you're angry. Again, it's not an easy process, but you will live.
That's right. Well, I'm laughing, and if people are probably like, her emotion doesn't match what Camille is saying, right? You're growing through a grieving process, but I'm seeing someone type a comment, and I have to put it up. They said, your fro is popping. Lakila said, your fro is popping.
That's my, hey girl. Hey, sister.
Okay, so everybody, Lakila was on with, remember the episode about dope people who? And
Yes.
he was talking about Black love, her and her husband. And guess what? This is Lakeela's sister, Camille. So that's how people come on the Kim Jacobs show, is people refer other people, and then you all get exposed to these wonderful people that they know. It's amazing. It is amazing. So Lakeela said, Lakeela said your fro is popping, and that's Camille's sister. Wow.
Yes.
Allison Skeet, I just saw her on here. Ladies, good morning. Good morning, Allison. And thank you so much for always recommending people to come to the Kim Jacobs show as well. All right, let's see. Who else? Somebody else said I had a question, and I don't want to. Okay, question from Christian. Now, remember, Christian is the young man that's also blind too. He says, have you ever had to face career-related roadblocks growing up?
Ooh, wait. Oh, sorry. I'm like, oh my gosh. Have I? That's why I decided to work for myself. But you know, okay, so real quick. So I used to always want to be in radio. That was my dream. That was who I was. I used to always record everything, had everybody on my show. My sister Lakeela was always a guest on my radio shows. She was a different person every time, but she was always on my radio shows when I was growing up. So yes, I always wanted to do radio. I always wanted to have something to do with communication. So I went to college for it. And like I said, I did it for 3 years. Best job I ever had. If you know how to say when you love something, you'll do it for free. But also graduating from college, I also was putting in applications to do, just other things, like all kinds of job applications, whether it be a receptionist somewhere and whatnot. Right. So yes, I was rejected so many times. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how many times. And it gets extremely, extremely discouraging. And that's why I went into being a massage therapist, because I said I knew that was something I could be good at. Right. People automatically assume because I'm blind, I'm like a superhuman. So, I did that for a long time. Again, it didn't feed my soul. But that's why I became an entrepreneur, because I could hire myself and nobody would be able to tell me no, except for me.
Oh, well, that's interesting you say that, because Christian, his dream was also to become a radio personality. Mm-hmm. So that's so interesting. And he's experienced some roadblocks, and he would have to tell you his own story. Right. I actually did an episode on that too, which was very disturbing. Some of the things that he had experienced on his journey and working to get into radio. So definitely you all connect. And
definitely.
Wow. I can't believe y'all have very similar stories like that. And Lakeela says, Camille is the dopest. She is the dopest.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, sister.
Kim, we love you for bringing so much light to the people. Yes. And yes, it's my honor. You can do it, Christian. You can do it. You can do anything, Christian. That's what everybody's saying to you as well. Okay, so Camille, What other advice do you have for people that would just not even whether they're blind or not blind, just period. People looking to pursue their goals and their dreams and their passions. Where do they get it from in their gut to say, this is it, I got to go forth? What advice?
The advice that I have for you is to say yes to yourself. You have to say that. 3 letters, 1 word, but it's so powerful. You have to learn that by saying yes to yourself, so many doors will open. Again, I kept dipping my toe into the pond of entrepreneurship because I was holding on to that security blanket of massage therapy. But then COVID happened. I always say God has a way, literally, of hitting you over the head because you know what you got to do. COVID happened, and I said I knew I couldn't go back whether the doors of the spa swung open or not. I wasn't gonna do it. So I had to literally officially say yes. And the minute you do that, the minute you let go of those doubts and those fears and just say that 1 word to yourself, then watch those doors open. Watch the opportunities start happening for you. Watch the flowers start to bloom. You have to just let go and say yes.
Wow, I love that. Okay, Allison Skeet said, no matter what our circumstances, you are here for a purpose.
Exactly. You certainly are. And look into those gifts again, whatever your gift may be, because again, it's not for you. A lot of times your gift is to share with the world. I mean, I've heard the same things over and over again, but it takes that one person to just say it. So sometimes somebody's waiting for you to give your message or write your book or sing your song or whatever it is you do that is your true gift. Somebody's waiting for you to do it. So
well, that's what I oftentimes say to people that, listen, if without your story being told, the whole world misses out because it's only yours to tell. So you have to let your message come through some kind of way and be using your gifts and your talents, or the whole world, we all miss out because you wouldn't do what God put in your spirit to do. So I think everyone has a story to share. And I'm so excited that you're sharing yours here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Music by Phil says, I find that at times as a blind producer, oh, he's a blind producer?
Yes, he's also blind as well. I told you I bring out the blind now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so when you all, oh my goodness, when you release this new original song that you all performing, please come and perform it on the Kim Jacobs Show, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna have to put y'all in contact with each other because he also needs to be on the show. So
Yes, music by Phil. Even though you may already have some music that you could come on and perform it, even though I know you're working on your new original content, but you have old content. You can come on the Kim Jacobs Show and until they see me work without sight. I find that at times as a blind producer. Oh, so what he's saying is he runs into those same type of obstacles and things that you mentioned when you were dealing with communications and radio until they see him actually perform without sight. Wow.
See, for real, seeing is believing, for real. Like that's the truth. Like you have to see that. I mean, we get the job done sometimes better than those who can see.
I'll say what I heard you belting out in the background. I was like, let me cut this little device down right here. Motivation, June says, say yes to yourself. If you agree that you should say yes to yourself, type yes in the comments. Say yes to yourself today. We're hearing from Camille Richardson. We're hearing from all kinds of comments and advice and motivation that she's sharing. But ultimately, we have to say yes to ourselves. So type a yes in the comments if you're saying yes to yourself today. Yes to you.
Yes, we'd like to all the yeses.
All the yeses. Women's History Month is coming up. Say yes to yourself, women. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody else asked a question. Crystal, she said, has the blindness had an impact on your personal life? Oh, your dating. Let's talk about it.
Oh, show now. That's a good question. I would like to say that it hasn't. Maybe when I was younger, I guess, because sometimes men don't mature as fast as women. So, what I'm saying, a little different sometimes can be a bit intimidating, which, it is what it is. But I always say that if people are intimidated, then they're just not for me anyway. Like, I had to learn how to, again, even let that roll off my back, because whoever God has for me, he's going to be for me. So it used to bother me really bad when people had an issue with me being blind, but I just literally that took growth. I mean, that wasn't easy. It was hard sometimes feeling that, you're rejected, because they would always talk to my friends and ask about me, but then they wouldn't ask me directly because I guess they felt like that, sometimes, it's seen as deviant behavior to try to speak to someone who is blind. But again, that's a whole nother subject.
That's a really intense subject that I couldn't have even thought of. And I can't fathom what I was thinking about that. But let me say, do you date blind men or do you date men that have sight?
I date the man that is for me. So whether he is blind or sighted, it really doesn't matter.
Okay, dokie. And on top of that, just so you know, I'm sure other people have told you along your journey that you are absolutely gorgeous.
Well, thank you. I be trying.
Yeah, just be trying. You doing. If you try to sit down, then you're going to either stand up or you're going to sit down, right?
Right.
So you be doing. You gorgeous. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Okay, let's see. Atia says, exact words from Christian Carter. Don't let someone tell you what you can't do. You can do anything you want in life, even with a visual disability.
That is very true. And what is also true is whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right.
That's right. Y'all are dropping some knowledge on this show today. Let's see. Oh, Music by Phil confirmed. That would be his honor to be on the show. So Lakila or Camille, send him the link and make sure he go ahead and books himself right on the Kim Jacobs Show.
I certainly will do that.
Yes, Pamela said yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. She's saying yes to herself. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me go back.
I love these yeses.
Right. Pamela Kennedy is saying yes to herself, to Pamela.
Yes, girl. Say
Yeah.
yes.
Atia and Christian are saying yes to themselves. Stephanie is saying yes to herself. Let's see. Lakila said yes to herself. June Griffith says yes with a lot of exclamation points. You have Crystal saying yes to herself. Okay, let's go to another comment here. My daughter, Wyoming, who owns Ruby G's buttercream. So you talk about something good that tastes good, Camille. Oh my goodness. She makes some of the best desserts. Okay.
Ooh.
So it's rubygButtercream.com is her website.
Okay. I'm
My daughter lost her sight in 2013, and she is still having challenges with jobs. I'm going to have her listen to this segment this evening and give her your information so you can motivate her.
Please do. Please give her my information. I know it's in the chat, right, Kim?
Yes, it's in the chat, and let me put it up again.
Yes, please do, because I that's my honor. I love to speak with people and motivate them and just let them know that you can live your best life and don't let nobody tell you no.
I just am so inspired by you, Camille. I mean, I'm thoroughly inspired. I'm just inspired. I'm just so inspired.
Oh,
Camille Richardson, her contact information is ictechnology06@gmail.com. And you can also email her at blindgirlvision@gmail.com. Her phone number is 910-273-7244. So you can stay connected with her. If you know someone that is blind or that may have sight but lack vision, let's be clear.
Yes, you may have sight, but you lack vision. Go ahead. And if you do, before you call me, send me a text and let me know who you are. You know how, because you know how it is when folks call you, you don't know the number. You're like, I don't know. So yeah, text me, let me know who you are, and then call me and I will answer the phone.
There are a lot of people, Camille, walking around on this earth that are already dead people walking, basically. They don't have any vision at all, not because of their lack of sight, because they just don't have the vision that God gave them in their minds. So what can you share with people to encourage them that regardless of whether they can see, but they're really not seeing, or they can't see physically and they're not seeing? What can you share?
Well, I just say find that thing that keeps you going, that motivates you. What are you passionate about? And let that guide you and help to get you out of that space, because everybody has a vision somewhere within them. A lot of times we're so busy walking around with stuff in our head, clouding it up, that we don't know how to see past all that. So you have to really just find whatever that is and, just ask God if you have to. Ask him for direction. Ask him for clarity. And I promise you, he'll get it to you.
I love it. I love this. I love it. I'm also going to share a Black History fact that I want everybody, let me put it up on the screen. Because this is Black History Month, I want to make sure we share some type of facts each time. So let me go here. Lincoln University in Pennsylvania is the first institution of higher education founded for African Americans. It paved the way for the 104 other historical Black colleges, which have produced distinguished alums like Thurgood Marshall, Spike Lee, and almighty Oprah. Okay, so that is one of our Black history facts for today. And if you want to know what Lincoln University looks like, that's an image of Lincoln University. And they are our Black history fact for today here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Now, also, I want to let you guys know that tomorrow, did you say Ebony? Yes, tomorrow, Ebony is going to be on sharing with us some sweetheart makeup tips. What are some looks that we can have for Valentine's if you're going out with your boo or whatever? You can definitely tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time and get some of these makeup tips. Usually, I recommend you just come with a clean face, and she'll show us what to put on our face to give us that pop. So tomorrow's episode is devoted to some sweetheart makeup tips with Ebby from Ebby Reviews. And on Thursday, we have fresh tips that's going to come from Corinne Brown, and we're going to be talking about some kind of, I think it's like some Valentine treats that we can prepare. And you know how creative Corinne is. So we're going to have some fun talking about some nice desserts. If you want to just get get that mood right. You're going to learn that on Thursday from Corinne Brown, our fresh expert.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound good?
Sounds delicious to me.
So let's see. What are some of the challenges your differently abled clients face learning the technology that you're sharing? And what are some techniques that you actually share with them, Camille?
A lot of times when they're learning, the first challenge again is in their mind. They are just like, this is so overwhelming because again, they're trying to learn how to live life as someone who's blind. It's brand new. So it seems very overwhelming because when you're using the voiceover software, which is what's on the iPhone and every Apple product,
right?
When they're using that software, it's totally different from the way they used to use it. So it's like, ooh, how am I going to do this? So we first, again, work on mindset. You'll always hear me say that. So we do some breathing exercises. I have them imagine themselves. How do I want you to imagine yourself after you've learned to use this phone. Imagine yourself calling a ride and not having to ask somebody to come pick you up. Imagine yourself getting your own groceries and not. So, we imagine these things as though they've already happened. It's like speaking those things that are not as though they already were. So that's what I do to get them prepared. And then I notice once I do that, they're ready to rock and roll because then once they believe they can do it, then they can. And I celebrate the small things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's good.
If we're learning how to do some shopping apps, and they put something in the cart and I'm like, oh yes, he put something in the cart. And they're like, I just put it in the cart. I said, well, you can't get the groceries if you don't put them in the cart. So that's
right. I love it. So every small win you celebrate together.
Oh gosh, yes, because it's a win.
Good. I love it. Okay, make sure you guys subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show on my YouTube channel. Just go and turn on that notification bell after you hit subscribe. And every time we go live with guests like Camille, guess what? You're going to get notified. So make sure you take a moment to do that today when we get off of this broadcast. Subscribe. Turn on your notification bell to all. When we go live, you get notified. And so I also strolling down at the bottom of the screen, I always share with you all ways that you can support the Kim Jacobs Show. And definitely when you all send Cash Apps and things, I'll definitely shout it out. And it's Cash App, Kim Jacobs Inc. And then also, if you want to be a Patreon member and different things, it's right there at the bottom of the screen and it's constantly strolling. But this is the only way that I can keep this type of original programming going is by getting the support of the viewers like yourself to be a part of the Kim Jacobs Show experience. So thank you. And the final thing I'll tell you, which I did not tell everybody, I don't think everybody knows this, but we now have merchandise too that you can actually purchase. I am so, you don't know how excited I am. I'm so excited about this, Camille, because now we have what they call merch, right?
Yes, you got some merch.
So now you can go here and you can get a t-shirt and a mug that says, I watch the Kim Jacobs Show.
Okay.
And it's in white, or you can get it in yellow. I'm also looking into black, but right now it's white and yellow. And you can pre-order it as soon as everything is to me. I'll get it shipped to you. And those are the mugs for $13.99 if you want to get just the mug. If you want to get the t-shirt, it's $24.99. And then the books that I also have authored and co-authored, two of which right here are best-selling books. So make sure they're bestsellers on Amazon. You can get all of this right at KimJacobsShow.com. So make sure you go and support the Kim Jacobs Show and help the show continue to be on every day.
Is there an audio version of these books? Because, I want to be able to read them.
That is a very good question. You know what, Camille? Because of you asking that, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to convert my book to an audio book.
Yes.
My book an audio book because I don't want any of my books to not be able to be heard or read. Yes, just take away all excuses, right?
Right.
So no, it's not currently an audiobook, but I'll make sure that I figure out the process to make it one.
Thank you so much.
And when I do, guess what? I'll make sure you get it. That's for sure.
Thank you. Yes.
But until then, everybody else that can read it, make sure you read it when you get a chance. Okay. All right. What other advice, words of encouragement, things, how you come on a show, Camille, and you're like, dog, I cannot believe I didn't say this.
Well, Do not let fear hold you back and keep you from operating in your gift. Do not get paralyzed because, again, that gift is not just for you, it's for you to share with the world. So please, please, please get, try do whatever you can to be able to live your best life and not operate in fear and fully operate in your gift and live your vision.
Do not let fear hold you back. Do not let fear hold you back. And fear, if I don't remember who said this, but it's false evidence appearing real, is all it is. It's just false
Mhm.
evidence appearing real. I think it was Les Brown I heard say that. Don't let fear hold you back. If you can just push past that, you'll be so surprised and pleasantly surprised with what's on the other side. So I see technology, blind girl vision.
Mhm.
Now, is it men, women, anybody can be a part of this or is it female?
Yes. Oh no, I work with anyone. Especially, with the training. I work with anybody. Because again, I am here to encourage, motivate, empower, and that's what I do with both. So I work with anyone.
I am so excited about that. Also, everyone in the comment section, you'll see on Instagram. Let me pull that up too. On Instagram, there was a conference that I went to recently, and they had young people that were set up at a pop-up shop. And I really want to make sure that I feature each of these different businesses until I feature them all. So this one is it's a child. She's Princess is her name. And on Instagram is Bombness Bath Bombs, Bombness Bath Bombs at gmail.com. She has children's vegan bath bombs. And it is so cute.
Oh, I love it.
You want to support these different businesses. And here's her card. I'll show it to you. This is so professionally done. And I'm just so impressed that all of these young people are here creating their entrepreneurial journey. And it's children's homemade vegan bombs. Miss Madison's Kitty Bombs, and this is her information. She's the CEO, Miss Little Princess, Bath Nest Bath Bombs at gmail.com. You can follow her on Instagram at Bombness Bath Bombs. And make sure you tell her that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you if you support her business. All right. And I don't know all of these individuals, but I was just so excited to be able to go to this event that my niece was set up at a pop-up shop and wanted to just send a shout out to them. Let's see. Camille works with all ages as well. That's important to know. So you do work with children too.
Well, yes, I work with all ages, but I think the main thing for that is sometimes people are like, well, my grandma is 80 years old. I'm like, I've taught 80-year-olds before. They know they can learn.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what their age is. And this is your sister saying this, Lakila. So
Yes.
It doesn't matter what the person's age, whether they're young or old, definitely reach out to Camille and see if there's a fit and if she can work with you, okay?
Right.
Let's see, you are correct. Fear does not exist. And then someone said, go ahead, Princess. Yes, okay.
Yes, indeed.
Now, I hope you're going to sing for us at some point, Mother. At some point, like my grandma said, tain't no need to think you're going to get off this show without singing.
You were like, you ain't going nowhere without singing.
Wait, don't sing yet. Don't sing yet. I'm going to give people, okay, if y'all want to hear Camille sing, put a 3 in the comments. I'm going to give y'all 30 seconds to do that. Do you want to hear Camille Richardson sing? Put a 3 in the comments or put the word sing, S-A-N-G, sing. Get your voice ready, Camille, because you get ready to go live in 3, 2, 1, and you're on.
Okay, here we go. I will lift up mine eyes to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord which made heaven and earth. He said he will not suffer thy foot to be moved. The Lord that keepeth me, He will not slumber nor sleep. For the Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand, upon thy right hand. No, the sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. He shall preserve thy soul here and forevermore. My help, my help, my help. All of my help cometh from the Lord.
Wow, you did that so effortlessly. You told something. You got your hands like, yes, Lord. You know that right there. And that was everything.
Thank
You know,
you.
from the Lord, put a 5 in the comments. Oh my goodness. I say, oh my G. Oh my goodness, Camille.
Thank you.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. What
Thank
a
you.
beautiful light that salts this earth. My God.
Thank you.
God blessed you. God blessed you
Thank
to,
you so
to bless
much.
us today here on the Kim Jacobs Show. I know lots more people put all kind of comments. I don't want to leave any. My goodness, y'all gonna make me put my glasses on. I can't even see all this stuff over there. I'm trying to focus. I can't see. Let's see. Let's see here. Seriously. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's so many comments. It's so many comments. Do not let fear. Oh, everybody. Okay. They said sing, Mill, sang Mill. That's what your sister said. And then they put threes, lots of threes.
All
Lots
the threes.
I love when the studio audience participates. Clarissa said 3, Wyoming said 3, Crystal, my mom said 3, Ricky Bowden says 3, Andrea says 3. They said sing. Christian says sing. My mom, music by Phil says sing. Lakila, June Griffith says sing with a microphone beside it. People been going crazy over in these comment sections. They like sing. Okay. Oh, Allison said, oh, the Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Psalm 121, my favorite. My help cometh from the Lord. My God.
And that's true. You just have to remember that. That's why I sang it too, because we were speaking about motivation, encouragement, empowerment. So I just wanted everybody to know where your help comes from.
Yes, our help comes from the Lord. June Griffith says, awesome. All of my help comes from the Lord. Stephanie said, your friend, you better sing my sister. Music Doctor said, Tawanda and I are so proud of you. Yes. And Lakila said, yeah, yes. She said, yeah, yes. Not yet. She put yay, yes. And then 5. Yes, 5. Your help did come from the Lord, my mom said. My mom ain't never typed this much on no show. She typing fast. She like, your help, girl, it did come from the Lord. 5. Let's see. Camille just up in here, showing all the way off. That's Eric. Eric said that. Eric Boat. He said, yeah, you showing all the way off.
I do what I can for the people. That's what I do.
I love it. Okay. Listen, everybody, make sure you guys, okay, do we put the Quest Church? Let me make sure we put this up here too. Quest Church prayer line is happening at noon, and Pastor Jacobs is praying for everybody regarding COVID-19 and all of the things that's still happening across the land. So make sure you check that out, 978-990-5000. Access code is 322-083#, and it's Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:30 p.m. Oh my gosh. Andrea said, you are beautiful and we love you, Camille.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I am so impressed. Let's see. Let me see. How do we go back to show your contact information? I'm probably gonna have to go back in the back office and grab it again because there's so many comments about it.
Those comments can wash it away.
Allison said, my grandmother was the most capable blind baker that I knew growing up. I can never mix pastry or dough as well as she did. And that's with my sighted ability. And she also played the piano.
Yep, sounds about right. We do things by feel.
Wow, this is amazing. So all of the contact information, I know where I have it. I'm gonna put it right up here. Here's Camille's contact information one more time. It's ictechnology06@gmail.com or blindgirlvision@gmail.com. You can text her first and let her know who you are, and then she'll call you or you'll call her at 910-273-7244. That's Camille Richardson, our guest today here on the Kim Jacobs Show. If you have been blessed, oh my gosh, I encourage you to invite a friend to be a part of the studio audience for our next episode here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you, Camille, for being my guest.
Thank you for having me as your guest.
Oh, you can come back anytime.
I'd love to.
And I'm serious. We have these people that come on Fridays, and we call them our Freestyle Friday experts. And they come on and they'll just share a tip or two, whatever, on different things. Some might be on celebrities, some on fashion, some on whatever. I would love for you to be my vision expert.
I can be your vision expert. I would be honored to do it.
Yes. I'm not even joking. This is awesome. So you'll start receiving the emails to say if you're going to come on that Friday and make a point or two or three, and we keep it to a time frame just so each of the experts get a chance to say whoever's going to be on that week. Okay. Oh my God, what an honor it would be to have you be our vision expert.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm excited.
And Jared, now listen, this is the kind of stuff that I'm asking you guys to support the Kim Jacobs Show for. Is not just for me, it's for people that help and bless the show and different people that are backstage like Shannon, and when Mackenzie's backstage and Cassandra and all these people that help. You may see my head here on the Kim Jacobs Show, but at the end of the day, I have to have a whole team of people, my brother, I have Javon that helps me. Andrew helps me. I have Selwyn that helps me. I have Deacon Wayne Van that does the photography. I have the videographer, Mr. Joe, Cassandra, Selwyn, Shannon, all kind of, a whole team of people to make something like this happen for you all in this somewhat flawless manner. So thank you for any support that you give the Kim Jacobs Show. But right now, the reason I say all of that is to say that there's a young man back there helping you named Jared.
Yes, that is my best friend, Stephanie's son, the one who's been commenting. This is her son.
Jared, I know you don't expect this at all. And that's why I'm telling these people to support the Kim Jacobs Show, because I put that in the comments because I need them to support the Kim Jacobs Show and be understanding that this is the kind of stuff that I do with with the funds. Okay. But I'm going to send you a Cash App for $50 for you to be able to do something of your choice, Jared, for you being a blessing to Camille's life. And that was my surprise to you.
He has totally been a blessing. Oh my gosh. He is 14 years old and he just said, yes, I can do it. Like literally. And he's a photographer, and he's the one to help me get all the lights straightened out and everything. So he is awesome at what he does as well. And I was actually planning on blessing him too. So you get a double blessing, Jared.
And Jared, if you want to say anything, seriously, for you to be 14 years old, you could be, and it'll bring me to tears, but you could be doing anything. Right. And you're helping Camille. What a true honor and privilege it is for you to even serve in this capacity. And God is going to bless you. All of your dreams are going to come true. And you had no clue today that by you helping Camille, that I was going to give you $50. You had no clue of that, did you?
No, I didn't.
And not that $50 is going to change your life. But guess what? It sure will buy you a game or something right there.
And he's so humble, and that's what I really, really appreciate about him. It's just he doesn't expect anything in return, and that's what makes it even greater. So I just really appreciate him and his family. They have all been blessings to me. His mother Stephanie, her daughter Deja, all of them have just been such a blessing to my life. I've known them for 10 years, and they have all blessed me. So this is family right here.
Well, thank you, Jared, back there. Thank you, Stephanie, for raising a great young man that's selfless and that's willing to come and help Camille and just, Oh, here. Guess what? Lakila says she's gonna bless you too. I'm asking Kim's gift.
You're just getting blessed everywhere.
So you getting a blessing from Lakila. What you gotta tell me? What's your cash app? What's your cash app, Jared?
You can write it in here. Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and write it real fast.
Now, if y'all listen, if you send the cash app to the Kim Jacobs Show, Kim Jacobs Inc., and say for Jared, I'm gonna send all of it to him. I'm not gonna keep $1 of that if it's for him. So just so you know, or you can send it directly to him if you want to bless him directly as well. But if it's a cash app that comes to Kim Jacobs Inc., $ Kim Jacobs Inc., and you say for Jared, or you got to say for the show or something else if it's for something else, because I'll send all the money. I'd be like, here, take it all. I love blessing people. Okay, Jared, what's your cash app?
It's $, DJ JAROCK
JAROCK. Okay.
3X.
And did you write it in there?
Oh yes, I come here.
Okay, and this is how, and so it's JAROD. This is his cash app. All right, I know we're taking an extra few seconds here, but I want to make sure that because people that do things like this, I just believe that God wants to encourage them and let them know that what they're doing is not in vain, and we give honor where honor is due. So DJ J Rock, which is DJ JAROCK 3X, is Jared's cash app. I'm gonna cash app you, Jared, $50. Lakila's gonna cash app you $50, and I'm sure other people are gonna send you some money that you know not of. Right. And guess what? You make sure you go tell people to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Yes.
You're gonna be like, I work for the Kim Jacobs Show.
And see, again, you never know by blessing someone, you never know where your blessing is going to come from. You never know that you're going to be blessed as well. So that is definitely a lesson as well for everybody.
Well, praise God for you, Jared. I know even pulling you on the screen on a surprise notice like that wasn't even part of the plan, but I ask God to bless you beyond your wildest dreams for what you're doing. And Camille, thank you again for being our guest. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me
on the spot. Thank all of you. It's so many. Oh, somebody said they just cash apped you. Okay. Oh, your mama said, guess what your mama said? Oh, you gonna pay those tithes, boy. You paying those tithes. That's so funny. She like, you ain't playing, because I'm gonna teach you about this. You're gonna give back to God's word too. Okay, great mom, great mom. All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. God bless you. God bless you, Camille.
God bless you as well, Kim. And thank you again for having me.
And stay there. I'll talk to you backstage for a second. All right. Okay.